Welcome, Planeteers. See, movies are a very powerful medium that capture the imagination, invoke waves of emotion, and mold our thinking. But we should always take what is shown to us with a pinch of salt, because the aim of any movie writer is to exaggerate things, create drama and tension, to keep the audience involved. And one needs to be aware of the fact that these are just product of a writer's imagination, who is deliberately taking extreme measures to present his art in the most captivating manner and hence should not be assumed to be completely true. And once this line between real and imagination is blurred and movies are started to be taken as inspiration, is where the trouble starts to brew. And one such movie that altered thinking of many people is Three Idiots, which is a movie about the education system in India. Nothing against the movie. I have myself watched it a number of times and find it thoroughly entertaining. And it is kudos to the good writing that it is difficult to separate it from reality. But here in this video, I would like to counter some of the things shown in the movie that I disagree with and will set you on a path to failure and struggle if blindly followed. The first is the what is the machine scene, where the protagonist argues in favor of using simple language instead of the technical one mentioned in books to make it easier to understand. Bro, there is a reason why definitions are written in this way. So that the entire system, if studied properly, the entire statement, if studied properly, leaves no questions unanswered and presents that complete scope of what the term means and leaves no room for confusion. It is not a layman language to be used in day to day lives. If you are having trouble with the basic definition in the first semester of your engineering, how do you suppose you will be able to research and read books and papers given by all the great scientists that came before us? Try telling Einstein, Tesla, etc., to present the technicalities of space and time or quantum mechanics in simple terms. If you cannot understand technical language and develop skills to understand it, you are keeping yourself at a disadvantage by distancing yourself from the great works of scientists before us. Leave aside writing your own journals and research papers, which will be a distant dream from you, and they will be rejected outrightly if you write in a layman language. So there's a reason why things are done in a way, and the system has been followed for years. The second is the suicide by Joy, who was a character or a brief character in the movie who commits suicide because his deadline did not get pushed and he did not get special favors. He decided to commit suicide. See, the world is not all roses, meant for weak hearted small children. If you cannot handle the pressure of one project with only consequences to a certain period in your life, how would you handle situation where billions of dollars are involved and where one mistake can make you bankrupt or put you behind bars? Commit suicide again, maybe? The problem is that you have been successful all your life. Everything came easy. You were first in your class, first in your all the classes in boards exams as well, easily gotten through, and you don't know how to handle small failures. You leave aside big ones. People talk about grading and exam system to be taken away. These systems are meant to be a pilot run to put you in different pressure situations and make you firm and not be a crybaby. You can avoid competition in your education system, but out there in the real world, everything is a competition and you have to push around to make your own space. The third is the stupid decision by Farhan to quit engineering in the last semester just to pursue photography. Bro, if you waited all this while, wait for a couple of months more and get your degree, which will always be your backup when after your genius plan goes haywire. This promotion of impulsive behavior with no regard of parents' hard work is painful. And who says engineering degree would kill your creativity? The most creative people in India in current times have been engineers. Kartik Aryan, Vicky Kaushal, Kriti Sanan, Badshah, Nitesh Tiwari, director of Dangal, Chichore, and in fact the writer of the original book on which this movie was based, Chetan Bhagat, was also an engineer. And if he found something wrong with the education system, why did he then go on to pursue an MBA from IIM? Anil Kumble, a former cricketer. There's so many others, the list is endless. And if you're really passionate about something, you will find a way to do it alongside as well. But quitting everything, wasting all the money spent on your education, going all out is a stupid decision. If you really want it, you will take out time for your passion no matter your schedule. And if you're really passionate, you will push hard for it. And in fact, if you do a job after engineering or any kind of education degree that you're pursuing, the money you will earn after this can help you provide better resources for your passion, help you get proper training, and you don't have to even ask your parents for it. And then, than comparing it to a point where you quit everything, you already exhausted your parents' money, and then you go out to an extremely new field with no training and completely jobless and penniless, and that would be much more difficult. Following this track, I would also like to question Sharman Joshi's attitude in the interview of his job interview. You come from extreme poverty. Your father is on bed. You have just spent lakhs on a hospital because of your ropeless bungee jumping adventure. Your grades are low, and then you walk out of a job offer. I'm not saying sell yourself and your morals, but the company was not asking you to be morally wrong, but be diplomatic, and that is a need in today's corporate life. Imagine if our foreign diplomats and our spies have the same attitude that to try and solve. Good luck dealing with the conniving world outside that conspires with every decision against you. Communication and people management are also skills that require diplomacy, that are needed. But you're clearly depicting a stubborn attitude with no attitude to change yourself and learn and adapt and be flexible. And with that attitude, only a fictional company in a Bollywood movie can offer you a job, not in the real world. And they will be so diplomatic in saying no to you that despite repeated rejections, you will never be able to find out where the actual problem is and what is the reason that you're getting rejected. Because nobody has the time to correct you. The world, as I mentioned again, is not roses. And finally, Rancho's character. He can diss all he wants on the education system just because he does not have to pay for it in the movie. I mean, if the education system was so bad and not worth it at all, then why are you studying here and wasting 4 years in the same system? Anybody who has done engineering knows that there's nothing taught in classes that you can't self learn, and most of them do it a day or two before the exams. So go on. So to go and just get a library subscription or online books and educate yourself and be successful. That's how Michael Faraday educated himself to be the greatest mind ever. By studying the same system that you absolutely abhor, find incapable, and you won't even get the degree after that. If the education system was so flawed, why do graduates from this very system go on to become global CEOs in most of the biggest companies in the world? If this system is so flawed, then why do so many Indian graduates are easily lapped up by international universities on scholarships and are also hired by companies, international companies, right from the campus, offering them humongous packages? Trust me, after studying in the Indian system, when you go abroad and study, everything becomes a piece of cake because you have a strong foundation. I can say this because I have experienced this firsthand. By studying engineering both in India and England, I can say that it was not difficult. If this system was so flawed, how are all these big Indian companies that are running the unicorn race like Flipkart, Swiggy, Zomato, Snapdeal, and so many more are successful? Why 65 of 153 unicorn founders in India are just from the four IITs, and clearly they are matching up the world standard. The point of this video is not to diss Three Idiots. It is a very entertaining movie, and that is the point. It's just for entertainment and not to be taken very seriously. Impulsive decisions just because you got inspired by random dude's creative writing designed to provoke you will lead to dire consequences. And I am not dissing on writers because I am a writer myself, and it is my writer to write movies. It is my passion to write movie scripts in my pastime, and I have done a number of those. So it is not like I am dissing on writers or find this a lowly job. I myself do it. And this is not just about Three Idiots or any other aspect in the movies. Any movie should not be adhered to blindly, be it the projections of relations and the lifestyle they portray. Entertain yourself, but be pragmatic with your decision. Only you have to face the brunt of it in real life and be careful with it. I hope you like this video. Please like, share, and subscribe for channel's motivation. This one is desperately needed this time a lot because channel motivation is getting low because of if you see the channel analytics and you get to know. I'll be back again with another interesting video. Till then, live long and prosper.